So I'm going to do this in English and in Spanish. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Sandra, les damos la bienvenida. Voy a ser su intérprete al español el día de hoy. Vamos a estar utilizando la función de Zoom para interpretación. Les voy a dar algunas instrucciones sobre cómo pueden accesarla. If you're using a computer, once we activate the function, you will see a globe icon at the bottom of your screen. And to listen to the interpretation, please select the globe icon, then choose language interpretation, and then choose the channel of your preference. Chromebook computers do not allow you to access these interpretation features. Si está en una computadora, verá un icono de globo terráqueo en la parte inferior de la pantalla. Para escuchar la interpretación, presione el icono, luego seleccione la interpretación de idiomas y por último elija su canal de idioma. Las computadoras Chromebook no le van a permitir acceder a este ajuste. If you are on a tablet or phone, you can tap lightly on your screen. You will see 3 dots with the words more on the bottom of your screen, and then you will see a menu pop up where you can select the language interpretation option. Select your language channel. Please, we invite you to select English if you are going to listen in English, or Spanish if Spanish is your preferred language. Si usa una tableta o teléfono, presione la pantalla suavemente y en la esquina inferior encontrará un menú de 3 puntos que dice More o Más, y ahí aparecerá la opción Interpretación de idiomas. Después seleccione su canal de idioma y presione la palabra Listo para activar la interpretación. We're ready to activate the function.
Okay, thank you for joining us. My name is Greta Bouters, and I am the proud principal of AEA Elementary School. And I am very excited to get to meet your children in a few months' time. I see some familiar names and faces and a lot of new families as well. And so we are very excited, and hopefully we'll have our first meeting back in the fall, actually in person, but this was a good opportunity at least to get us familiar with each other and have a more chance to answer some of your questions. You have begun a journey and with AEA, and I'm going to give you just a brief history of AEA. We started as a school in 2002 in a very small church over near college, the college area, and quickly outgrew that. Moved into our current campus in 2005. And then our middle school started in 2006, and we outgrew that campus. And in 2013, we moved into our middle school building, which is about 1.5 miles away from us. And you guys will have hopefully the journey with us K through 12, because we are set to start our high school in 2024. And so we look at this as a 13-year journey with your children. And so we are excited. We are excited to be able to offer your children an IB, International Baccalaureate, primary years program education, middle years program, and then eventually what we call the DP, the diploma years program in our high school. So your children will be having obviously German as their language of choice. We are a German immersion school, and they will also have other specials that make us special in the fact that we really look to the whole student, the whole child. So we will have music and art and library and outdoor education. So it's a well-rounded curriculum, and that's really what makes us super special. Plus our special, wonderful teachers who I'm about to introduce right now. So I'm going to just call out their names and they can give a little wave. We have Mrs. Cook, Frau Holt, Frau Brown, Mrs. E, Miss Johnson, and Frau Samuel. So we will be seeing their faces in the fall. We wanted to start first by thanking you guys for watching the Loom and submitting questions. So we're going to start with those questions that were submitted to us first, and then at the end, we'll have some time for additional questions if you have any. So our teachers are going to take it away. We're all kind of sharing some of the questions. If you have a question, just write it down and we'll try and get to you to the end.
Okay, everyone, hopefully you can hear me all right. Thumbs up if you can hear me, just to make sure. because I'm at home. Thank you, active listeners. I love seeing these kindergarten faces in the screens. I love that you're incorporating them into this presentation. So exciting to see them and all of you, and thank you so much for your time. So we're going to answer these questions as we received them. So I will be answering the first question. This question is asking, can twins be in the same classroom? If I have twins, can they be in the same classroom? We have had many twins and some triplets. Our typical practice is that we have twins with the same teaching team. What that means is your children will each have an English teacher and a German teacher. They alternate weeks. So if they start an English week 1, then they'll go to their German classroom week 2. I know it's a lot, and I promise you'll get used to it. But with twins, one of the twins will start in English week and the other will start in German week. So they'll have the same teachers, just in alternating weeks. If for some reason you feel that your twins have a special circumstance and they need to be in the same exact classroom, please reach out to the front office. Hopefully that answers your question. Thank you.
Who's that? We have Amy.
Daniel's coming on. She's just having a hard time with her mute button. Maybe Brad, can you click the mute, or we can say it for her? Frau Samuel, thumbs up if you need us to say it for you. You got it. Okay, this question is asking, do you have experience with students who only speak Spanish? And if not, what are some steps I can take to prepare my child, for school? We are an IB school. We've had students start at our program that are only fluent in many different languages aside from Spanish. And so, yes, we do have experience. What we would ask for you is to please start introducing your child to as much English as they can. It's difficult to give you exact strategies because we don't know your family and your specific situation. So if you'd like, please call the office and you can get in contact with us so that we can help you with some certain resources to practice over the summer. We would love to do that for you. Anything that you typically say to your child in your native tongue, whatever that may be, if you want to start to practice English, which would be extremely beneficial to them starting in our program, say something in your native tongue and then repeat it in English. Any exposure that you can give them, singing the alphabet song, listening to nursery rhymes, whether that's through you, whether that's through YouTube, whatever means you have as a family, we would highly recommend that. And also keep in mind that your child will not only then be learning German, but also English. So anything you can do for your family would be wonderful. If that was your question and you're on with us, if you want us to provide you with more, please reach out and someone will connect you with us. Thank you.
Third question, how do the teachers, the school accommodate different reading levels when they are reading? We base the reading levels on our first formal assessment, which happens in September. From that information, we will place each child in a reading group that meets their current reading needs.
Fourth question, says, small kids are sick a lot. How does the 5 absences a year work? AA monitors daily attendance, and we understand students may be absent due to symptoms. Especially right now in the time of COVID, it makes it a little more complicated. It is important that all absences are called in. So if your child is going to be absent, please contact the front office and let them know, and they can give you guidance on the next steps. We sometimes do contracts for independent studies if a child will miss more than 2 to 3 days due to illness.
And the next question, number 5, was adding on to that, and it said, is sickness included as part of the 5 absences, or is that what independent study is used for? Please provide examples. So illness and excused absences are all considered absences. So we just ask that students try not to miss school unless they are sick. And they can request a independent study from the front office, and they would report the absence, and then we would provide the information on next steps. So all appointments should be scheduled around the school day. When this is not possible, we just ask that the students attend part of the day and all travel plans be scheduled around the school calendar.
Number 6, snack donations. Do snacks need to be prepackaged individually, or is it okay for parents to prepackage them, or will the teacher do it? For example, if we bring fruit. We, the kindergarten teachers, love to have community snacks to give our students. Snacks like cuties, apples, grapes, berries, string cheese, etc. are all wonderful brain food, and we love getting those as the donations. If you have something that is more like watermelon, that would be happy. We would be happy if you could cut that up before you give it to us. But everything else is just send it in as it is. And no peanuts, please.
Right, I can grab the next two since Ms. Cook hopped on for me the last time. My microphone is working now. And the next question is, how much is school lunch? So the breakfast and lunches will be provided for free next school year. And we ask that all parents still fill out the application that will be sent out during the summer via their school Mint accounts, because it just helps the school as well financially. And the next question would be, are we able to see a sample homework sheet for the week? Maybe show us during the orientation. So there is a sample on our Kinder website. Right now, please just focus on reading. Read, read, read to your child. It's great not only for those print concepts, but also for their ability to sit and hold their questions throughout a story and then answer questions that are relevant afterwards. It's all great practice for kindergarten. The homework menus will be explained in the fall.
Question 9, are smartwatches allowed, GPS watch, etc.? Smartwatches have not been allowed in the past, but we are going to revisit this as the school year continues. Please stay tuned.
All right, next question. When will we know what teachers are assigned to my child? One of the biggest questions. August 19th, lists will be posted outside the front office at school, which was possibly the night of the back to school barbecue, which hopefully we can have again next year. If it's not at the Kinder meet and greet, or the Kinder to you is what we call it, if we're able to have one again, they will be there. So please continue to watch your emails for more information as the COVID situation changes. That will kind of determine what we're able to do, but hopefully we'll be able to see you on campus there, and you'll be able to find out who your child will be with.
The next question is, are there any assessments done for children prior to the beginning of the school year, or are they done when school starts? So if you have turned in your preschool evaluation, then your child will not be evaluated before the start of kindergarten. If you have not turned that in, you will be contacted by the office to bring your child in for a basic assessment prior to school starting. The formal academic assessments will begin around week 3, as we want a few weeks to get to know your children before we hop into assessing them.
Our next question is, I see that the recommended backpack size is 17 inches. Do they need that big of a backpack? Will 16 inches be fine? What will they carry besides a journal and snacks? So a 16-inch backpack is fine. What we really want to avoid are the mini backpacks that are just too small. The backpack should be able to fit a planner, a sweater, a lunchbox, a water bottle, and for one time a week, going to school and coming back, there will be some library books in there as well. So that should be taken into account when you're picking that special backpack.
All right, next question. Is there any way to connect with other families and incoming kindergarten students over the summer? So what we're noticing is that there's a lot of want to connect which means this is going to be a good group because we are IB and we love to connect, and you're already being proactive to get to know each other. That's fantastic. So here's the hard answer. On our end, the answer would be no, but the class list will be posted on the Friday before school, August 19th. Once we have the classroom lists, our room parents, probably mid-September, will organize a class picnic or a Saturday get together at the park where our classes can formally meet with each other and the families. Our teachers, the teachers, will also be sharing an optional playdate doc sometime around the similar time, mid-September. This is an optional doc for parents, families to put their contact information if you would like to connect with other families and have playdates. Another way that you can get a hold of a child, I know this from experience with my daughter in preschool because we don't know any of the families there due to COVID. If you know that your child is regularly mentioning, one friend that they really want to play with, if you could please write a letter, put your contact information and say, hey, this is our family, this is my child's name. We would love to connect and have a play date, and we'd be happy to clip that in the planner for your child so that you can connect that way until we formally connect as a class in a school. Thank you.
Right. And our next question is it possible to set up a meet and greet type event at the park? So we have their Kinder Tea that's here at our school on August 19th, where the kids and families can come on campus, meet teachers, see their classroom, drop supplies, and see their classmates. So please just keep an eye out for that. Once the classes have adjusted a little bit later on, then the room parents organize that class picnic that Ms. Cook was mentioning at the park so families can get to know each other. I know in past years, some families have had more regular get-togethers that they sort of organize on their own. So yes, that is possible eventually once we have those connections set up, but it usually comes through the parents.
Next question. If students are dropped off early, can they play or wait at a given location? No. Our gate opens around 7:50 and students are not permitted to play on the play structure before or after school. Why? We are getting ready for the day and getting ready for your children. Before school starts, students can have breakfast in the lunch arbor, sit in our classroom lines with their peers, or participate in running club, which is a fabulous way to get out the energy, get the blood flowing, to get ready for the day.
This next one's a little bit of a longer question. Somebody wrote, my daughter will have recently moved from Germany, possibly with or without her father. He is German and we are waiting on his visa. Additionally, she has difficulty speaking with adults aside from close family members. Putting her under pressure to answer questions makes the problem even worse for her. I'm relieved she will be in contact with German to help her adjust, but I'm concerned about additional stress factors resulting from her move and new social situations. How would the teachers help my daughter adjust given these additional factors, specifically difficulty speaking with adults and recently moving to a new country? And there's probably a few people that might be in a similar situation. So thank you for sharing that with us so that we can be prepared to support you and your daughter with this new chapter. We're well versed to support your daughter. Please attend our Kinder Tea in August so we can walk the campus. She can see her classrooms and meet the teachers. We'll see how she does at the Kinder Tea and create next steps from there. So when you come to the Kinder Tea in August, connect with us and let us know, and we can move forward. We have a wonderful support staff at school besides just the teachers. So if there's extra support needed, we can work on a plan for that. Even if it's just within the teachers, we want her to be comfortable and happy at school.
The next question is for COVID-related at-risk families that need at-home learning. Is there a plan for next year for the kindergarten students? So independent study and at-home learning will not be an option for ongoing distance learning next year, but short-term contracts will be provided for illness or emergency situations.
Next question is, will you be sending homework home for the kindergartners? Yes, an optional homework menu and a required nightly reading log will be sent home every Monday. It's double-sided. Please return it to school each Friday. And there are also optional math, English, and German activities that can be found online.
Next question. Will the kindergartners also be submitting work online via Canvas? Students will not be turning anything in on Canvas, which we can all go like this for this year, if we're allowed. We look forward to seeing their work in person, and any work that they complete during an absence will also be returned on campus once they come back to school. So as of now, nothing will be submitted on campus, on Canvas. Thank you.
And the next question is, will there be any field trips that parents can also attend with their kindergartners? And our answer is kind of a big, we hope so. If we do have field trips this year that are off campus, yes, parents will have an option to be chaperones and volunteers, but please stay tuned for more. We're not sure yet. We hope so.
Before our final question, we're going to do a brain break. We've been sitting for 25 minutes. So let's do 5 neck rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We will be doing many of these during our lessons to regulate and take a break. Last question. How can parents participate and help out in the classroom? Parents can participate in several ways. Helping with prep from home. Teachers can send home items for you to work on and return to school. If we allow adults to come on campus, we will let you know what opportunities you will have to help out in the classroom. For example, centers where we work in small groups, helping with art or science, or volunteering with different events. Please stay tuned for more information. Finally, join our Friends of AEA, which is our fabulous parent-teacher organization, and they will be able to keep you up to date on the most current events to support your teachers, your children, and our wonderful school.
Okay, thank you, teachers, and thanks for all your questions that you submitted. We do want to open up to see if other questions have come up. You can just use the raised hand feature. We're going to ask, we'll take the questions in the order that they are received, and we will ask that one question, please, at a time, and we will hopefully get all of those questions answered. And I first see a hand from Miss Lorna Schmidt.
Hi, my son has an IEP, and what are the resources that you guys offer? Is it the same as the one that they offer at a normal San Diego school district school offered him this past year?
Yeah, so what we would ask for you, that IEP is a legal document and you get those services at any school that you go. We'd ask you to submit that IEP to the front office as soon as possible so we can understand more about your child. So we have the supports for him when he or she gets here.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Erica, right?
Speech.
Erica.
I was just wondering about the reading. We read a lot to him at home, but then you had said that you guys would kind of evaluate reading and then put them into groups based on their reading levels. So I was just wondering if you could elaborate on what that means exactly. Like, are they expected to be reading at this point in time?
No. If a teacher wants to jump in on this one.
With it being kindergarten, we have such a variety of kids who come in. We have kids who are reading. We have kids who aren't reading. We have kids that know their alphabet. We have kids that don't know their alphabet. And that's where we come in, right? Challenge accepted. There is no pressure coming in to kindergarten. We would love for the students to have some English background, of course, with the English language. And if they have any exposure to the German language, that's wonderful too. but we do not by any means expect them to be reading. However, if your child is reading and you're concerned about them being challenged, we know what to do with that too. So once we assess them, we'll know what groups to put them in, and that will focus on their needs and where they are as a student, and we'll progress from there. I hope that helps. Thank you, Erica.
All right, I see Heidi. Heidi, do you have a question? You're on mute. Heidi Orsina? Okay, I'm gonna pass that one right now, and if we get a question from her, I'll come back. Megan Rivera? You're muted.
Hi, thank you. I was wondering, before COVID policies of the changes, are you allowed to wait in line at drop off with your child, or is it always been you just drop off and then they go on their way? Can you stay like in line with your child?
We did, that was prior to COVID, yes. We are going to be revisiting that for a couple of obviously COVID reasons, but also as we review every year our safety protocols, having that many adults on campus at any given time is something administration is going to be looking at. So we can't say whether that's not going to happen or not next year.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Holly Wallace.
Hi. I have a question. My son is, I'm not sure if he's going to qualify for an IEP. He's in private speech therapy. So I was just trying to kind of understand what kind of communication there could be between myself and the teachers to kind of, you know, manage that. Because like I said, if he doesn't qualify for an IEP, which I'm just learning about all of this, he's been in private therapy for a couple of years. So just kind of wondering what the processes are, you know, as far as, you know, kind of keeping that communication with me to make sure he's where he needs to be. Is that kind of I've heard a lot that the communication with AEA is really great. So just kind of wanted an idea of what that looks like for someone.
So you would talk to your teachers first and give them the heads up. And then we have our speech and language pathologist who is an AEA employee. She is full-time with us. We'll probably do a consult and we'll have you talk to her. Her name is Michelle Weber, and she will, if need be, we would assess and then provide services if your son does qualify.
Great. All right. Thank you.
You got it. Andrea Harumbas.
Yeah, I joined late, so this might be a repeat, but will there be after-school programs next year?
Yes. Don't know what they all are yet, but yes.
Okay. Where would we find that information? Is it on the website?
Not yet. Over the summer, as we're organizing our summer program, our after-school programs, we'll let you guys know.
Okay.
It will be on the website eventually, though.
Okay. Thanks.
Amanda Peacher.
Well, now I have a follow-up to that too. When will we know what the cost information is about after-school programs? And so that's number one. And number two, then I suppose, is regarding the drop-off times for breakfast and running club. Is that the same, the 7:50 at the gate?
So currently we have our students at 7:45 for breakfast. They can come in. The school day starts at 8:10. So it'll be around that time each year. We've kind of might shift it a little bit here and there, but around that time, and they'll have at least 25 to 30 minutes to do breakfast or running club. And again, I think you were asking about the after school programs and when we will get that information to you. Again, that's something we're working on over the summer. So we will get it to you as soon as we have that info. Louise Gray.
Hi there. I have a quick question about school security. Could you elaborate a little bit on perimeter security as well as classroom security?
Well, I can tell you as much as we share publicly, because some of our information we do not share publicly because of exactly it's for emergency responses, and we do not want to give everybody our emergency responses. I can share with you that our classrooms have security features. We also train all of our teachers in a protocol called ALICE, A-L-I-C-E, and is about assessing assessing a situation and either acting appropriately, whether that's a counter or lockdown. So our teachers are trained in that annually, and we review that and we do drills with that. We are also going to be doing an annual comprehensive overview of all our safety protocols, and we update parents as we can. We have right now, our gates are secured by 8:10 or 8:20. We have staff on each of our campus openings. We have an opening in the back and in the front. We secure that as soon as we lock the gates. No adults are in the building. We have a front office camera and lock in the front office. So if you're coming up to the front, we will have to buzz you in. We also have a screening process that if you're going to volunteer in a classroom, there are several steps that you will need to take for safety purposes, including, depending on the level of your volunteering, maybe even a background check. We want vaccination cards. We have a TB test. And so there's different levels. If you're going to be working immediately with a student, there are different levels of steps that you need to take in order to be in our classrooms, in our schools.
Is it possible to ask a quick follow-up question to something you mentioned?
Sure.
When can we expect kindergartners to be introduced to I know there's some kindergartners joining right now, so I'll choose my words carefully, but when can we expect kindergartners to be involved in some of the preparations that they may have to face?
So we do monthly drills, and teachers are really good at creating the age developmental for them appropriateness of what those drills look like. We usually we have fire drills, we have lockdown drills, and at the elementary level, our lockdown drills are done a little differently than at the upper grade levels, where the adults are the ones who know what's going on. We don't take a aggressive approach with our littles. We are very careful on what we do share with them. A lot of information for the little ones is basically making sure you really listen to your adults. And so the adults are trained in making those decisions, but we do our drills right from the beginning, about one a month.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sophie, talkie.
Hi there. I just had a quick question about whether there was any sort of focus on like handwriting and letter formations and pencil grip. I know nowadays that's not as big of a focus in some schools, and so I guess I just wanted to hear from the teachers if that's still kind of a concern that they look at regularly.
Yeah, I would love to take that one. We actually have a whole program called Handwriting Without Tears that we start really early on in the school year. And it starts off with exactly that, with pencil grip. And we practice first, tracing some things, and then we focus on each letter individually, the correct formation, first capitals, then lowercase, and we carry that out throughout the entire year and give reminders about that pencil grip. We have a little rhyme for them. It talks about drawing and all the different body parts that you need on drawing a person. So yes, we do. We spend a lot of time on handwriting in kindergarten.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Next up, we have Olga.
Hello. This is in regards to the after-school activities. How do one set up a new vendor? So, for example, my son goes to the dance academy, and they often partner with different elementary schools and set up after-school programs. Who will be the best contact, or is that an option to set up a new vendor?
Are you talking about a specific program?
Dance to Evolve, they do a lot of after-school activities for kids. And they come to campus and they do classes. So
great. If you could just send an email with that information to the front office, and we will get it to the right people.
Perfect. And then second question, are native shoes allowed? Those are the rubbery type of shoes, or do you guys not allow those type of shoes?
To clarify, the native shoes are the ones with the holes in them, correct?
Yep, correct.
And so would they be wearing socks or no socks?
Socks.
Oh, so they would wear socks with the natives?
Yes. My son usually does that.
So if you're comfortable, yes, but please keep in mind that they're going to be doing gardening, they're going to be doing art, there's going to be a lot of running. I definitely wouldn't suggest them for PE day.
Okay.
Definitely not without socks.
Got it.
That will not be fun for them or for you when they come home.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that help with the answer?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I see Jonathan Yackley.
Yes.
Oh, hello, and who is that?
What prizes are in the running class?
What was the question? One more time.
That's a question.
What are the prizes in the running class?
Oh, all right. I'm happy to answer your question. So when you run, you're going to run laps. And we have a little QR code that our volunteers will be scanning. So when you do 100 laps, young lady, you are going to get a colorful foot, which you then can put on your necklace and you can pick the color. Thumbs up if that sounds good. All right.
All righty. I'm going to ask Heidi. Heidi, if you can ask your question. I think you got kicked off before.
Yes, sorry. I have a lot going on while I'm watching TV. I have a question about after school care. I heard that maybe Einstein will be starting their own program. How likely is that to happen? Because I know my other two options are Kinder Mission and the San Diego.
Right. So we are in the process of starting a program that will be first for our students who qualify for free and reduced lunch. That's really important. We ask you to fill out those lunch surveys at the beginning of the year. Our students who qualify for that will be getting first pick in our after school programs that we are providing ourselves at AEA. There are other options if we have, there's going to be, there's things that are outside of that program that are some for fee. We're hoping to get some more for non-fee based programs. But we are developing that program right now, and there is a focus on students who have some socioeconomic disadvantages, what we're starting with.
Okay, so if I wouldn't qualify for that, then I need to look at the other two options, the Say San Diego or the Kinder Mission?
For now, yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you.
I'm going to go over to Kristen since I see a couple of second question people. Kristen Gundel.
Hi, thanks. Yeah, I was wondering about after school stuff as well. Kind of a similar question, which is, I guess I have some anxiety around it because I'm wondering, like, do they fill up? And if they do, what do we do? What's the, like, in other words, like Kinder Mission is a separate thing altogether. Say San Diego is a separate thing. A lot of times there's wait lists and stuff. So I know you said, hold on, honey. There's, yeah, they're going to be on the website, but I'm concerned about them filling up. That's all.
Well, we will inform you guys as soon as we get them up there.
Okay.
So you'll know. Once we post everything, we will send it out to you.
I know, baby. Okay. Thank you so much.
You got it. Okay, let's see. I have a couple hands still up. Megan. Oh, you are muted.
Hi again. Sorry, I need my teenager to help me, but I figured it out. Thanks for taking my second question. I was just wondering, as far as like volunteer opportunities, I know COVID policies are up in the air for the fall. Should I try to get the ball rolling, like at least with a TB test in hopes to get in there for the fall? And if I did, would July be current enough for the fall, or should I wait closer to school starts?
No, I think it has to be every 2 years.
Oh,
is your
okay.
TB. So yes, great idea is to get a jump on it.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome. Sophie.
I actually already asked my question. I forgot to put my hand down, so sorry about that.
No worries. Thanks. Let's see. We have a second question from who else? I have Lorna. Do you still have a question?
Yes, yes. So kindergarten, they get off at 2:30, right? And then my daughter, she's gonna be a fourth grader, so they get off like at 2:45. Can my son just wait for him like at the front and then go like at 2:45 to pick up my daughter and my son?
So we prefer that you come to the first pickup. We start opening the gates usually around 2:25 for the kinders, and then teachers wait for a bit of time with the students. But if you guys are not there by about 2:45, then we take them up to the office. So we really prefer the earlier pickup time than the later.
Okay, thank you.
Amanda.
Go ahead.
What is running club and what do we do there?
I am happy to answer that question for you. So running club is a thing every morning and everybody is allowed to do it. When you get to school, you would drop off your backpack and then you run around the whole blacktop, the big area around our schoolyard. And like we were saying earlier, each time you do a lap, you get a little scan. And when you get 100 laps, you get a little foot. If you get, I can't remember if it's 10 or I think if you get 10 feet, then you get a big foot. But you can do it every day. You go around. It's a great way to get the air in your brain, get your brain working better, how to get the wiggles out and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. And it gives you a chance to go and talk with friends while you're running and stuff, because otherwise you have to go sit in our line and you just kind of sit there and wait. So it's a really fun activity to do.
And what is the laptop?
It's the blacktop. So the blacktop is the big area where like the basketball courts are. We have our play structure. It's where you come when you first come into school. It's basically the big open area in the middle of our school.
Great questions.
Excellent question.
Frau Brown and Principal Bowders, I have a few running feet from earlier years that I want to show the kiddos that are on our Zoom. So when you run 100 laps, then you get a little foot like this, and we have lots of different colors, and you put it on a necklace. And then after a while, when you get enough of those running feet, just like this, then you would get a 26. And then a few more. If you've done 1,000 laps in the whole year, then you would get this 100.
We've seen lots of very filled necklaces for kids who love running club. They come and they keep their necklace for years and share those wonderful laps that they have done. I have Heidi again. Do you have a question again, Heidi? And then I have Lorna.
Oh, no, sorry. I forgot to. Sorry.
You're good. Okay. All right. I believe we have answered all the raised hands. We are so excited to meet you all in person in August. Again, we will have our Kinder Tea. We will be messaging you through the summer with updated information, so you will be hearing from us. And if you have other questions, please feel free to email front office and we will do our best to answer them for you. And we are just excited to meet you, and we were just to welcome you to AEA, and we're going to have a blast. Thank you all. And thank you, teachers, for your preparation for tonight. Parents, you are going to love your kindergarten teachers. Well, you're going to love all your teachers, but kindergarten is a special place. And so are our teachers. So we will have fun together when we start back in the fall. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.